talking to my cousin the other day, and we were talking about China, and how literally pretty much everything in my room, everyone's rooms, is pretty much from China. Like most things, I think I was reading before, and 37% of trade for Australia comes from China. 36% of foreign investors own Australian properties, and they own like 25% of the like food market industry, I guess. So they own a lot, and the mines, my Google AI told me, because I tried clicking on like 10 websites and none of them would tell me who owns it. Told me who owns them, but it didn't tell me where they were from. But apparently 86% of Australian mines are Chinese owned by Chinese foreign investors. So that means they get 86% of all the resources that we're mining. And that's just China. Like the US and the UK, they have large investments in our mines too. It's not good, because we need to be able to tax our mines so that way the people can get the money from the mines, because it's the people working there, it's our people. And if we were to take control and run the mines ourselves and trade all of that out to the countries instead of having them take it back and then trade it back to us for crazy prices, Australia would be a lot richer and we'd have a lot more resources to develop better infrastructure and build factories and do all these things. And I'm pretty sure that's what Labour is trying to do in the next election. There's a future made plan or something. So that is really good. We want that. They're trying to limit foreign investment and tax all the companies so we get a lot more money, because at the moment, every time the Liberal Party gets in, a lot of their donors and a lot of their I don't think their politicians own any, but a lot of their donors and business owners, they have large stakes, they have a lot of money, so they can pay the Liberal Party to do whatever they want for them, like lowering taxes for businesses. And then we have to pay for it because we can't get enough money from the government. The only reason we got 50-cent fares was because they started taxing the mines in Queensland. Anyways, what I wanted to say was we should be more grateful to China, because they are the only reason I can look around my room. I have like everything I could ever need, and a lot of this stuff does come from China. If we had to buy things at the prices that Australian goods, like Australian made goods, if I wanted to buy paper clips that were made from China, I could actually get like 100 for maybe like 80 cents on Temu. Definitely a lot less. I could probably get like 500 for that much. If I wanted to buy like paper clips from fucking Officeworks, that shit would cost me $3 maybe. I don't know, I haven't bought paper clips in a long time. I don't think $3 is that much, but like in comparison, it's a lot cheaper. And if Australia had more resources and we weren't having to buy it back, we could make the paper clips for that much, because we have the materials. We don't have to keep spending money to make them more expensive. So, bro, my hair's actually real tied up. And it's been like that ever since I was born, at least. But every time, when I used to watch the news when I was younger, because my parents would just put it on the TV, there was always so much stuff about, oh, Australia's having a trade war with China, Australia's having all these fucking, are we gonna go to war with China, are we gonna do all these things? First of all, 1,000,000%, not in any world should we ever go to war with China. We would lose. How many of us? There's like 26 million of us, probably more now. It's not very much, especially given China's got like a population of 1 billion, maybe 2. I can't remember, I did not look it up. But they could send like 0.5% of their population over here, and they could just kill us all. Not that I think they'd want to do that. Maybe they would if, like, I don't know, then tomorrow when the war began. Have you ever read that? That was a crazy book. I don't actually like... I also just don't think China's really that interested. I guess if we did tax the mines too much, if we took away a lot of their profits. But the thing is, I looked it up. If Australia just started being mean and cutting off China, they would get mad. But they're Australia's biggest importer-exporter, I think. We are like 7th to them. We're not that important. They have Russia, I think it was. Russia and Indonesia, or the South Asia, East Pacific. That's where most of their exports go. Not even to us. So we should just be grateful that they're giving us all this cheap shit. Like, I know it's like plastic, but it's the only reason every person can live. You know, like, you might have a millionaire and then an average Australian like me. And you know what? My stuff might not be as flashy because I can't buy the stuff that's made in Australia that's better quality with better resources. But I'll still have the same thing. Like, I might have a shit-ass car. You know what? I might just have some shit-ass headphones that I got off Temu. And they might have headphones as well. We both have headphones. And you know what? Mine still work. It's not the end of the world. Like, at least I have access to those resources. I have access to pretty much anything I want. And that's because of China. I don't earn enough to be able to, like, buy lots of stuff. If I didn't have a cheap way to buy most of the things I own, I probably wouldn't have them. China develops a lot of phone chips, I think. Most of the phone chips. So we wouldn't have as many phones if it wasn't for China. We wouldn't have a lot of anything if they weren't exporting it to us a lot cheaper. And so we should be grateful that they are giving us access to like thousands, millions of items that would be a lot more expensive, especially considering like Australia, like our grocery prices, shit like that, outrageous at the moment. You can't buy fucking rip-off carrots from Temu or China. You know what? I don't know. I bet if they came over here and they opened like some massive fucking farm in the middle of the desert and they used all their Chinese money and foreign investment money to like build some plantation, they could sell it to us. It'll be a lot cheaper. And they'll be like, oh, well, you're not giving the Australian people, they don't earn it, so we're not getting the money. But we're getting the carrots. We're getting the carrots for 5 cents. And so we're not spending fucking all that extra money instead of, yeah, okay, that was worded really poorly, but I think you get what I mean. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to rant about, I guess. But we should be very grateful to China, because wouldn't have shit without them.